Hey guys, this is Bonfree from L World, and you're watching FoE Advance. I wanted to say thanks for all the recent comments on some of the videos I've been putting up about power creep and GB deletions and things like that. But this video today, I wanted to speak to happiness, or in my case, unhappiness, and why I currently, with the current state of the game, I don't care. Actually, it's not a problem for me. I've been researching this just to make sure, because if you float when your city is unhappy at any era, if you float over the sad face here, the angry face, it does make a comment. It's kind of like this veiled threat, and to some degree, there's a half truth in this first statement here that says your citizens are angry. So it says your coin and supply productions are reduced, and you get fewer points from battles. So as it turns out, you don't get fewer points from battles. That was changed. I think last year, Juber put out on one of the threads. Hang on, let me pull this up. And saying we made, so this is April 28th last 22. Wow. Okay, seems last year. We made an important change. We've removed the happiness modifier for battles and replaced it with a 1.2. So this is still the case, and what that means is essentially everyone gets a 1.2 modifier no matter what happiness is or not, and so forth. Now, that may change, but currently that is what my research is telling me. I've talked to a number of other players, and just sounds like that is the case. And I've seen some other things that indicate definitely happiness is not a concern for certain players. Now, if you are in earlier eras, you do need to pay attention to this, depending on your play strategy, because tech tree buildings, such as that you collect supplies and coins from, are affected still. So if you are back in an earlier era, and say you want to build, you have a conventional supply building, or even in a current era, it's just that with these special buildings, which are not tech tree buildings, they give so many coins and supplies, it kind of becomes a non-issue depending on where you're at. But say you're in I don't know, Bronze Age, and you build a fruit farm or a pottery or any of these buildings that give you supplies and so forth, you're going to want the buff that you get on those from happiness. So you want to have enthusiastic citizens for those types of buildings. However, just to be clear, the happiness level does not affect what you collect from special buildings. So there's just no impact, and my city doesn't have any conventional tech tree, buildings in them. So that's of no concern. But let's say you want to run your city into an unhappiness level, you can also go to the tavern and just buy a boost to force enthusiasm. So if you need to, just before you collect, you can just make everyone enthusiastic by spending some silver. So that's one option. Obviously, the more motivation and polish you have, that will generally put you into enthusiastic when you polish. When your whole city is all self-aided up, or if you've gotten aid from other players. But in my case, I have so many special buildings, there's literally no way I can get all of my buildings polished and motivated. And that's a separate issue for me. Again, before I collect, I use a mass self-aid kit because I want the most amount that each building can give me once, because it needs to be motivated. Certainly it doesn't affect things like sleigh builders and things like that, but for the most part, these buildings all need to be polished and motivated. So now, see, that made my citizens happy. They're not enthusiastic, but again, I don't care because this is just a byproduct of some other things that are going on in the city, and I'm not concerned. So I just thought I'd throw that out there because I think having played this game for so many years, it was just an ongoing assumption I had. Oh, I just everybody should be enthusiastic all the time. I'm used to seeing that, and I just should keep that up. And then once with this power creep, I'm building all these pumpkins and other things that greatly detract from happiness. I was like, well, I need to look into this, and so that's where we're at. So again, depending on your era and your gameplay, you may need it, but most of you probably will not. And again, battling battle points, it does not affect what you get from battle points. So anyway, short video today, but that's what I wanted to point out. And if there's any comments you have on this, if I've been misinformed or I'm spreading lies, please comment and let me know. But I wanted to make sure that I'm putting out the right information. But so far, this seems totally correct. So anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.